All right. Did you guys miss me? What is going on, everybody? We are live here in the After the Review studio. I am your host, Pete. I am alive. We are not under the weather completely. We are not cooked, boys and girls. Um, we are, in fact, alive. But we wrapped up an interesting week 14 of the NFL season. And could it finally be over? Is the dynasty dead in Kansas City? The Houston Texans take down the Chiefs 20-10, puts them back. Incredible win for the Texans. They've won 5 in a row now. And the Chiefs are dead. I think the Chiefs are officially dead. Even what's up? Even in death, Bama bullshit's true. It's true. Zay, the Ravens are probably also dead. All right, guys. So what would the proposition be to the Buffalo Bills going into the season? If you told the Buffalo Bills that there would be no Lamar Jackson, no Patrick Mahomes, and no Joe Burrow in the postseason, but you have to win all 3 games on the road, would they do it? Would they take that deal? I think they would. I think they would take that deal. And it looks like we're going to see that deal unfold. OJ, what's up? Colts are dead. Yes, unfortunately, Daniel Dimes imploded his Achilles on the second drive of the game. That game was even. I think that game was 7-7 when he blew out his Achilles. It might have been 14-7 when he got hurt, but just a tough blow for the Colts. They're a great season, and they continue to be cursed in Jacksonville. That is a cursed land. Cursed land for them. Gotta watch fucking Bama, who got their ass kicked, who completely fell apart at the end of the season in the playoffs. Well, none of my teams sniffed the playoffs. True, and they'll probably beat Oklahoma just for fun. Fuck for fantasy, trying to get rid of BTJ, but no options, man. BTJ was okay today. He had double digits today, but he was just a cancer on the season for everybody. They were on their knee begging for fantasy. I just don't think they like Notre Dame not being in a conference. Play in a conference. My Vikings did finally do good. My Vikings did finally do good. Texans are a scary team. Yes, the Texans are probably the team you last want to see. Last team I would want to see going into the playoffs. They're so good. Glad to see Notre Dame got left out. Ghost, yes. We will do that. Bear down finally, Pete. Yeah, the Bears actually look good today, though. Jose, what's up? I thought the Bears actually looked good today. They would rather score in the 2 denominations of Christ. Yes, bad day for Christians out there. Notre Dame and BYU left out of the party. Sorry to the Colts. Yup, magical season. Good. No, Jose, we are live. Yup, pre-recorded. Shut up, Jose. You're pre-recorded. They put Bama over Jesus. They did it twice. Daniel Jones put it all out there on the field for his team. I thought he blew out his leg again. I thought Danny Dimes tore his Achilles again or some shit. Or not his Achilles. What am I saying? He did tear his Achilles. I thought he broke his leg again. When I saw it, I thought his broken ankle gave out. I was watching without sound on one of the mixes. But sad day. Convicts over Catholics. True. Bucks, a horrible loss to the Saints. We got Miami. How lucky is that? Well, not that lucky, Jose, because we should have been number 6 and gotten Tulane. You will never convince me that Ole Miss should be ahead of A&M with the exact same schedule and record. But Ole Miss doesn't have their fucking head coach. Unbelievable. Oh, you're on a buy in our fantasy league? Way to go, Zay. I think I made the playoffs in that league. I don't know. I have too many leagues to keep track of. I'm gonna make the playoffs in my big money league. Saints are the only those are not for Christ this weekend. The Saints are a voodoo demon team. Those are false prophets over there. I did see the Zach Ertz injury. I'm a Vikings fan. Obviously, I saw the Zach Ertz injury. Yeah, brutal. Shitty hit by Jay Ward, too. Don't like it. Don't condone it. Don't condone it. Two denied the most devout man, but two denomination true. No BYU, but we got stuck with Bama. True. Well, BYU doesn't deserve it. BYU sucks. I would have rather seen Notre Dame than I had Bama in over I had Miami in over Bama. I had Notre Dame and Miami in my poll. I posted my final bracket last night. My friends talked me out of Ohio State too. I knew the committee was going to put Ohio State too. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. But hit that like button, guys, if you haven't already. Really helps stream out a lot. Gets us out into the algorithm. We need to have a conversation about Baker Mayfield. Yeah, he's hurt. Baker's hurt, man. Baker is hurt. No Notre Dame, but we're stuck with Bama. I agree. Just tired. Feels like you can't beat them. No, Duke does not deserve to be in. Duke lost 5 fucking games. Get out of here with Duke. Vandy's case is they have 2 good losses. Vandy's only losses were at Texas, at Bama. They have good wins at Tennessee. I'll figure out somebody else they beat. But they only have 2 losses, Vandy. That TD will be talked about all week. The Isaiah Likely TD, yup. I've watched that like 3 or 4 times. Hold on. Fantasy stuff. All right. Sorry, guys. We had to get set up. All right. Duke is a conference champ Cinderella. No, they're trash. I'll take James Madison over Duke. That Bengals game was insane. And the Jinx hit. The Jinx hit Burrow at a bad time. Is Ryan Williams washed at 18? No, I just don't think he's very good. He also didn't drop that touchdown. The one that hit, it was Bernard that got hit in the face for the touchdown that he didn't catch. That got tipped. 2017 lost the SEC championship game, knocking us out of the playoffs when we had our running back injured. Lost 28-7 to UGA. And UGA fell from 1-6 a few years ago. Is there a job in the NFL? I mean, he's 18 years old. I'm not going to count anybody out. Headed to LSU? Probably. Different era. You know. Redraft league, would you trade away BTJ for Marvin Harrison Jr. Entering week 15? If you can still trade, yeah, I don't care. I would keep BTJ because he's on a better team. Marvin Harrison Jr. is always hurt, too. BYU didn't play shit. BYU has no wins. I'm not entertaining the BYU argument. They have no wins. They played a shit schedule. Rashee Rice and Kelsey, double agents. No, I think Kelsey's just old and fat. And Mahomes was uncomfortable. The balls weren't great to Rice. Rice was off today, definitely. Went up for a fade. He did drop that one fade route, but he wouldn't have scored. But I know the one you're talking about. Yes, on the left side. Yeah, taking the page out. 2017 champs. Elite Division Sports. What's up, Kings of the North? Yeah, good game from the Steelers today. Actually surprised they looked that good today. Aggies dubbed the Canes. I hope so. We should have been number 6. We should be playing Tulane. We got fucked. It's okay. I like our chances better against Ohio State than I do Georgia. Ohio State might be fraudulent. At least at quarterback. Started DJ Moore over BTJ. He scored 0.6. Also in fantasy hockey, lost by 0.5. Just a tough day. Yeah, I wouldn't trust MHJ either. What's your genuine take? Is this the end of the committee? No, but it should be. They're fucking bozos. Doesn't care. Doesn't matter. BYU also extremely lucky all season long. True. Made playoffs in all 11 leagues. Dominant season. Jax Mahomes swept the slate today. 4K. Huge day. Smack Talk love Houston. Yes, huge win for the Texans. Why was the Chiefs versus the Eagles? Who was versus the Eagles. Who is your favorite team, the Chiefs or the Eagles? The Chiefs. I hate the Eagles. I hate the Eagles. I'm a Vikings fan. FanDuel had odds up for the brackets without them being released, and they had 2 brackets correct an hour before released. I mean, it wasn't that difficult to pull out a bracket, Jose. I was 1 pick away from having the bracket correct. If I had put Notre Dame out and Bama in, I had the bracket correct last night. Emu, he might. Vikings back? Yeah, we'll win every game and miss the playoffs and have a shit pick. Feel like something did get leaked. It was pretty easy. Last night, I could have told you the vibes were that Miami was getting in over Notre Dame. The question was the vibes were also swinging to Bama's getting left out. So that's where things got weird. Things got weird there. Brian Flores is a mastermind. Yeah, and the Commanders are just kind of really bad. I don't know why they brought back Jaden Daniels. Super Bowl be Rams, Texans. That would be a good game. Jeez. Too long. I'm not reading all that. Sorry for your loss, Emu. Big win for the Packers today. Huge game at Denver next Sunday. Really kind of not, though, out of conference. Big game for the Broncos, though. Like, I think Green Bay's in a good spot regardless. They still got to play the Bears again. So if they beat the Bears again, they're going to win the NFC North. That's a huge game for the Broncos because the AFC playoff game gets real squirrely. Want us to lose out, get a good draft pick, Kenyon Sadiq. You just paid a tight end. You just paid a tight end, Zay. But Sadiq is a dog. Auburn got scared. Just your only good thing. You got a competent hire for now. Pickens about to cook us on Sunday Night Football. Why is every team we play coming off a 10 days rest? It's so stupid. We'll see. We'll see if they can block. I'm sure we'll play bad again. That defense will give them fits, though. Refs versus Ravens. Catch the football. Ravens didn't play good today. Bama and SEC MAG is already wanting 16 teams next year. They're going to 14 teams in 27, I believe. Or 28 after next year. They already changed the criteria for next year. It's a shit show. Just put real people in charge. Have a governing body. We don't have a football czar. We need somebody in charge. Steelers going to beat the Fins. That's Monday night. Jesus. Dolphins are playing better, though. The Dolphins are playing better. That's a terrible watch, though, on Monday Night Football. Especially if A-Chain's probably back. He's got the bruised ribs. Needs to be 7, and that's it. That's not enough teams. We had an issue. We had different issues. Last year, we didn't have enough teams. This year, we have too many teams. Auburn basketball did get murdered last night. Nepotism head coach. Uh-oh. Only 2 gripes with the bracket today was 1, I think A&M should have been swapped with Mississippi. Yup. And why did the committee wait until today to swap Notre Dame and Miami? Because they're retarded. It's so stupid, guys. What is the committee doing? Like, why wait till now? I agree. So I have some fixes for this. My fixes. Easy fixes. You do just 2 playoff rankings. Or you do 3 playoff rankings. You do one the first week of November. Or the last week of October. You do one the last week of October, first college football playoff ranking. You do one the week before Thanksgiving. And then you do one after the championship as the final one. So you get 3 benchmarks on where you are. So the committee doesn't dig themselves into holes. You just don't want to get dug into a hole over here on what they're doing. I don't know. All right, let's see. Need Saquon 25 yards, last leg of a 20-plus parlay, cash another 2.8K. Think I cash? I will not know. I will say no because I don't trust the Eagles to do anything. You can, but I don't trust the Eagles. I can't commit to anything with the freaking Eagles. That Eagles offense scares the shit out of me. I hate the Eagles. They're killing me, guys. They kill me. Oh, my God, I hate it. I can't trust the Eagles. I'm sitting Devontae Smith in fantasy to make sure I win because I don't trust the freaking Eagles. Hit that like button again if you haven't already. If you're new here, hit that sub button. We got daily sports content. And if you want a shout out, I will shout you out in the chat if you are a new sub here. We are mid this year, which is good because we only have one returning player and a new coach. Shouldn't be mad about us losing bad to the best teams in the country. Yeah, you just want to make the tournament, which A&M will not. I think the Hurricanes are better than the Irish too. Ooh, I don't know if they are today. I really didn't want to play Notre Dame. I'm okay with playing Miami. I did not want to see Notre Dame in the playoff again, but I did not want to see Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame's better than Miami, but head-to-head has to matter. I'm not gonna gripe about the head-to-head. The head-to-head has to matter. I truly thought the Bengals were going to win out. It looked like it for a second try that the Bengals were going to win out. They looked like they were going to win today comfortably. Could really use a good season for Auburn basketball. Find an NBA team. How about the Hawks? Thoughts on Gators hiring Tulane's head coach? Good hire. Morris, right? Or no? Morris is the North Texas guy. I get all those idiots confused. Excuse me, not idiots. I get all those G5 coaches who are good. They are all good coaches. It was a good hire. Golish is South Florida heading to Auburn. Who's old boy for Tulane? He's a good coach. Urban Meyer loves him. So good hire. Cincinnati has to let Flacco walk and sign to Indianapolis to salvage their season. The Joe Flacco return would be awesome. Chat skipped. What's your Super Bowl prediction if I had to pick? I would pick Buffalo, LA right now. I'd pick Rams, Bills. Mark not staying at Baltimore forever, but at least 2 more years, I would think. Pats versus Bills next week. I like the Bills in that game, but I could see the Pats winning. Pats coming off a bye is a huge plus. I don't think it matters. I think the Bills will get them in the playoffs if they have to. Just make the BCS system again, or at least something like the BCS. May or Matt for MVP. It's back to Stafford. Stafford had a great day today again. Stafford cooked. Stafford might throw like 40 touchdowns or 50 touchdowns this year. Let the machine decides over 30-year-old dudes, except they're like 90-year-old dudes, Emu. So here's the argument for Bama. You can't. At what point do you don't want to punish a team for losing the conference championship game? Because teams are just going to boycott the conference championship game if they're on the bubble. Why would any team on the bubble play in the conference championship game if they could knock them out big? I think Bama should have fell to 10. I don't know if they should have been left out, especially for a team like Notre Dame who doesn't play in a freaking conference. And a team with Miami not doing anything. Like not playing in championship weekend. Like that's a big thing too. So... okay. I'm okay with 10 teams and first two buys. I think it's going to be 14 with the first 2 buys. And I think it's only going to be 4 automatic conference champions. And the G5 only gets an automatic bid if they're ranked 15 or higher. I'm okay with that. I think the G5 team has to be ranked 15 or higher. And if they are, they get in. And if not, then there's just an extra at-large team. They wore the orange jerseys. Should have never worn the orange jerseys. It's not good if a jersey's jinxed. Chat. Flying by. I like it. Keep skipping. Slamming bans on Oregon and Ole Miss. Yeah, it's free money. I don't know if they'll cover those lines, though. Those lines are ridiculous. Oregon probably will. Ole Miss still weird. They don't have a head coach. That's weird. They rage bait in the Pope. Committee is bread crumbling everyone, especially Notre Dame fans. Yeah, they also have a moron who's in charge giving speeches who didn't answer any questions. They straight up asked him, why is Ole Miss ahead of A&M? And he literally didn't answer the question. Like, why is Ole Miss in front of A&M? Can anybody say? No. They don't have their head coach. Did you watch the game? We played better than the Steelers. The refs just like the Steelers more. The Ravens absolutely did not play better than the Steelers today. I did watch the game. The Ravens were really bad for like 3 quarters in that game. Lamar was really bad for the first half of that game. If I'm Notre Dame, I'm definitely not joining a conference. You definitely should because it kept them out of it kept them out. not being in a conference keeps them out because they never play on the last Saturday. Control my destiny as much as possible. They're not going to put undefeated Notre Dame in if they're not playing teams. Lamar didn't play that bad. He was really bad the first half with a terrible interception. ACC just proved it won't get the same respect as the Big 12. Why would the ACC get any respect? It was a Mickey Mouse conference. Mickey Mouse conference this year. They embarrassed themselves. They don't deserve to be it. They threw them a bone with Miami. The ACC was trash. I have whatever Ravens games are left and our mid basketball team again. We'll take mid, but could really use a good few months. Yeah. Old man Rodgers. Yeah, the Ravens didn't play good. Zay knows. Ravens did not play good. Oh my God, chat keeps skipping, which is good. Then it's just a UFL. Jeez. And F1. Am I perfectly in my rights to hate DK? The 1 week I finally bench him in one league and he goes off while Olave does nothing and Jaden Higgins does nothing. Yes, you are fully allowed to hate DK Metcalf because DK Metcalf is too much of a wild card. I'm tired, boss. Well, that's just too damn bad. Canes put Beltas on Aggie's peak. Yeah, good luck, Carson Beck. Good luck. Also, how stupid is it that A&M in Miami is the 11 o'clock game and we're putting Oregon and James Madison at 6:30, so 4:30 local time? How is A&M Miami not the night game? What an embarrassment to college football. Summerall, there you go. Kelsey is washed. Needs to retire. He's just fat. We're on the goalish gondola. Rumor on the street says Notre Dame will be joining the Big Ten by 2028. I could see it. They should join the ACC. They'd win the ACC like every year. They're also in the ACC for basketball. Bills ain't making the Super Bowl. Keep dreaming. 0-4 in the Super Bowl. Okay. They have the best quarterback in the playoffs. Without a doubt. Without question. That's a big advantage. BYU still had the Jake Retzlaff. We might have had a chance. Retzlaff at Tulane, though. Or didn't he get hurt? Did Retzlaff get hurt? I haven't heard much from Retzlaff this year. I know he transferred to Tulane, though. Another interesting question. Can a team that would make the conference championship game opt out? Yes, I believe they can, Ghost Hunter. Why can't they? They can just say, we're not playing. We forfeit. We refuse to accept the invitation. That's what I would do. If it mattered too much. Jacoby Brissett and Michael Wilson connection is better than Burrow and Chase. Well, it was today. Jacoby Brissett's actually been electric. Go Pats, go May, VP. Not this year. Not this year, pastime. You play in the championship for the glory of the conference championship. These dumbasses have lost sight of why we watch. Yeah, and that's why Bama didn't get punished. So you play to win the championship and you don't get punished. That's exactly right. What's my favorite NFL team, Jamie? Unfortunately, it is the Minnesota Vikings. Love to see the Chiefs' downfall. Yup. People love the Chiefs' downfall. Oh my God. ACC is always because A&M mostly played frauds and bottom feeders, we beat Notre Dame, not frauds. Ole Miss doesn't have their head coach. Our strength of schedule is like 9, and Ole Miss's is 8. Or it's like us and Ole Miss are one apart in strength of schedule and strength of record. We have our head coach; they do not. Meaningless bowl games, true. Notre Dame is soft for skipping out on the bowl game. They should have played BYU in the bowl game in the Pop-Tarts Bowl. That would have been electric. Chiefs will win out and win the Super Bowl. Nathan, the Chiefs win out. They are not in the playoffs. The Chiefs need teams to lose multiple games. The Chiefs do not control their own destiny. They are cooked. JMU got in. They did. So why? Notre Dame has to get in over them because stay grinding. The top 5 ranked highest conference champions get automatic bids, and James Madison was the 5th highest ranked conference champion over Duke, the ACC conference champion, or any other conference champion in college football. ACC has always been trash. Yep, since Clemson fell off. Texans Rams Super Bowl was wrong. That was old predictions, but my recent one is also Bills Rams. I truly think the Bills will win it. They see the Chiefs not make the playoffs, and they look at themselves in the mirror. True. Miami and UVA are better than Bama and Oregon right now. In no universe, none. Zero universe is UVA better than Bama or Oregon right now. They just lost to fucking Duke. Duke is better than JMU and Tulane. Don't lose 5 games. They lost to UConn. Don't lose 5 games. I don't want to hear it. November crawler salesman game in December. Bill says our real chance to step up. Yeah. Duke lost to Tulane. Duke literally lost to Tulane. Fuck the Chiefs. Oh, Capo doesn't like the Chiefs. He violated their policy of Mormon shit. I know he had to transfer. I just didn't know if he was playing much this year at Tulane. Derrick Henry is looking old, though. It's not just the offensive line. He is looking old. No sack. Yeah, I know why he got kicked out, email. BYU got punished, though. LOL. Ain't no excuse. BYU was never getting in. They never should have been in. They didn't beat anybody. BYU's strength of schedule was horrendous, and their strength of record was horrendous. They had no argument against the other 3 teams. Should be punished for losing any games you don't want to be punished, then win. Okay, don't play. Don't play the extra game. It annoys me when people say they're true Ravens fans and they're complaining about Lamar versus the refs or the refs versus the Ravens. Lamar just played horrible. Yeah, Lamar was really bad today. I agree that the team shouldn't opt out of conference championship games, but if they had left Bama out, then teams probably, yes, that was the conundrum, Ghost Hunter. Yes. You don't want to set that precedent so teams start opting out. You want teams to play in the conference championship game. And now they're 2 for 2. SMU lost, they stayed in. Bama lost, they stayed in. Didn't they bump them up when they lost Lane? They did. They bumped them ahead of A&M when they lost Lane because it's a Mickey Mouse show. It would have been so easy to just leave Ole Miss at 7 and drop A&M to 6. So stupid. Georgia Tech first, BYU now, right? I didn't even look. Probably. Stupid game. Chiefs play Broncos and Chargers, and Chiefs struggle against good defenses. Chiefs definitely struggle against good defense. They are not winning out. I agree. We're doing so much catch. Lamar is a shell of himself. Yeah, he's cooked. If Ole Miss would have lost their OC too, I would agree with you, but their OC is going to coach Ole Miss in the playoffs. He doesn't call plays, though. Everybody knows Lane calls the plays, okay? Lane runs the offense. Avery, what's up? Been a minute. There is no continuity. He does not call plays. Buying an Auburn jersey? Go buy an Auburn jersey then. Getting Geno Atkins, my goat. Geno Atkins. What? Not Geno Atkins. Yes, Avery. Hello. I caught up. It's been a minute. Teams forfeit it, then kick them from the playoffs. Don't let them be a little pitch. Simple that. Zin, what's up? 9 is looking good. 9 is undefeated. Zin's hammered. I would be too after watching. That was a tough. The season, the dynasty is dead today. Fuck the Chiefs, true. Colts cooked after Achilles Jones is out. Yup. Colts are cooked. TB, would have been better if they took Bama out instead of them getting beat by the Sooners and they have no ACC representation either. Yeah, you can't kick them both out and have no ACC reps. Ole Miss should hire Brian Kelly. I hear he's available. True. Typed multiple times. I don't know. I had to catch up. Sincerely an OU fan. How do you feel about playing Bama again, Ghost Hunter? What's the vibes? Something tells me Bama's gonna find a way to win that game. They shouldn't, but something tells me because Bama reminds me of like Ohio State last year. They're not gonna go on and win the national championship, but they're gonna be like in such shit, and they're gonna be like, I'm cooked. I'm bored. Yeah, they have 2 rematches in the first round and have an automatic rematch for the quarterfinals. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. The committee was just fucking lazy, man. This is why A&M should have been 6, Miami should have been 9, and you could have put Bama 10. So you could have had Ole Miss play Bama, and then the winner plays Ohio State. You could have had A&M and Tulane, the winner plays Georgia, a brand new game. And then you could have had OU Miami, winner plays Indiana, new games. We could have had new games everywhere. The committee just had to do a little massaging, which would have been totally fine, and nobody would have bitched and complained. Is there anybody who's actually throwing a gripe out there if the bracket looked like A&M 6, Ole Miss 7, Oklahoma 8, Miami 9, Alabama 10? Nobody would have said shit. Nobody would have said a word. Everybody would have been cool. We would have had different games. We would have had 0 rematches anywhere. Nobody wants to see rematches in college football unless it's for the national championship. The only rematch I'm okay with seeing is Indiana-Ohio State for the national championship. I don't want to see a rematch. It's stupid. I've already seen them play the games. It's dumb. Everybody's done. Yeah, say the Z-Boys are done. Pete Carroll might be available. Yeah, Pete Carroll's just retired. Have a good chance at winning. Obviously, don't like our chances against Indiana anyways. True. I don't like anybody's chances right now against Indiana. Night try. All right, let's actually talk NFL now. I think we got our college. I think we got the college juices out of us. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new here. Shout out if you want it in the chat. If you're new here, we got daily sports content for you guys. Power rankings video out Tuesday afternoon. We'll keep going live. Okay, so the Texans take away the Chiefs, probably end the dynasty. CJ Stroud was okay, 15-31, not efficient, but I thought he had some really nice throws there. The run game wasn't efficient either, but they stuck to it. Both defenses were excellent. The defenses were nasty tonight. Everything was earned. The 4th down call by Andy Reid was insane. Insane to set up the Texans in field goal range. They end up scoring the touchdown. Awful. What was that? Blow pack blow? What? Who would ever say that? My Rams are the best in the league. Yeah, I'd keep them at now. They can't run the ball. They literally can't run the ball. 3.3, 2.5 a carry. They can't run the ball with running backs. Their offensive line was terrible. Should have punted. You can't go for it on 4th down, putting Houston in scoring range. You got to punt there. Your defense was lights out in the second half. Bill Belichick wasn't available. Now he's coaching college ball. Why not the same with Pete? Because Pete's older than Bill Belichick. That's why. Puka or JSN? I'm going to lean Puka. He gets a little bit better. He gets a little bit more coverage. JSN's still getting soft coverages. Oh my God, guys. Jefferson didn't do shit today. There was a sequence in this game where Jefferson was double bracketed in the red zone on 4 straight plays. The Vikings had the ball in the red zone when this game was like over, and they literally were just double bracketing Jefferson on all 4 plays. It was ridiculous in the red zone. It was crazy to see. Peter said, yeah, he's ancient. Honestly, the Chiefs' talent flaw has been nothing short of shocking. Yeah, me too. This is not a team that I thought would be below 500 in December. I thought 10-7. I thought like 10 or 11, definitely come back down to earth. They were better offensively, I thought. Armor going to win the football. Armor's going to win a football game. Victory Monday, Bone Titans fan. It's only the second one of the year. You get to celebrate a Victory Monday. Is there any current coaches in the NFL that will coach in college? No. Nobody is going from the NFL to college ever. If anything, college guys are going to the NFL. Everyone wants to coach in the NFL. Nobody wants to coach in college. College kind of sucks to coach in right now. Everyone point and laugh at Shedeur losing to the Titans. Yeah, and also point and laugh to Shedeur to walking up to Jeffrey Simmons and like doing the Shedeur time to him like a bozo. Like, he's such a me guy, dude. I fucking hate him. Like, his attitude is so shit. He's Lamar. He's Kyler Murray. He's Kyler Murray, but less talented. Like, it's obnoxious. It's happening, right? We're going to win. Nope. I'm so happy that when the Ravens suck, the Chiefs suck. So at least it's not just the Ravens. Yes. Ravens, Bills, and Ravens, Chiefs, and Bengals all being shit. Not on the bingo card. Definitely not on the bingo card. Hayden Bull. Bears going to the playoffs? I think so. I think the Bears are in. Michael, I have no idea what you're saying. At least he's mature in press conferences for the most part, though. Anybody can be good at a podium. Tell me we got a bowl. Tell me, nope, nothing. You got nothing. They did hire, whatchamacallit, Mortensen as the head coach at UAB. They made him full-time. Okie dokie. Let's do Seahawks Falcons. Let's get into this. Oh, Shaduki fans are insane. I was like, what is going on? She-Dookie are insane. Oh my God, I got that. Shaduki, that's a good one. I think that second capital F in insane threw me off. Just threw off the whole read of that. It's better than being Dilford, true. Please tell me one of my teams is going to win. The Falcons will win another football game and screw up their draft position. There you go. Here you go, Emu. Here you go. When Kyle Hamilton did that Shedeur Sanders post, he was mad and about to cry. True. Zay looked pretty good. Hopefully he can find the end zone sometime. I was just glad he didn't do it today because I was playing against him in fantasy. Not like that. All right, Samantha Darnold didn't really do much in the first half again. This game was 6-6 at halftime, and then things really got out of hand fast for the Atlanta Falcons. 37-9 the final. Kirk T. Cousins, 15-32 picks. He was terrible. Bijan also added a fumble as well. Things got way out of hand fast. JSN 7 for 92, 2 touchdowns, couple of short tutties for him. Rashid Shaheed ran back a punt. Seahawks defense was cooking. I mean, one of the interceptions was a screen pass, hit a guy in the hands, bounced up, hit another guy, and then the third guy intercepted it. When things are going good, things are going good. Falcons are bad. Seahawks are good. Sam Darnold will cost this team a Super Bowl chance. Man, I need Cam to start connecting on those deep throws. Yeah, I thought Cam Ward was actually pretty bad today. They talk about investigations on the coach. Yeah, those idiots. He could be silent tanking, but that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. They want a good draft pick, Cleveland. Seattle D is like that. Yes, Seattle D is like that. When you're good, the ball bounces your way. That's something that tends to happen. If you're a good team, ball does bounce your way. It's kind of amazing. Say Alpine is going to win a race. No, F1 is pay to win. His deep ball accuracy might be my 13th reason. Oh, geez. Your deep ball receivers also don't help. Need a Raiders and Giants W. I don't know if you're going to get a W from either of those teams. Well, if you don't have time, it's hard to hit the deep balls reliably. True. He also doesn't have deep ball, what receivers you throwing to? One of my friends are still watching. I can't because I don't have YouTube TV. RIP. And then when he has 10 yards of green grass, nobody between them, you shouldn't overthrow him. Yeah, that's a problem. I'm surprised I don't think Kyle Hamilton did anything. Sometimes it happens. Go Alpine. France is stupid. Deep ball receivers don't help. We have one of the fastest kick returners. Doesn't mean he can catch. It doesn't mean he's got hands. How many guys are fast and can't catch? Remember Devin Hester? He couldn't catch. Played receiver, allegedly. Broncos, Seahawks. I would lean Seahawks. His best receivers are AMANR and Kamiri DK. True. Don't mean he can catch. That's true. Don't mean he can catch. Just because he plays receiver and is fast doesn't mean he can catch. They got healthcare in college. Yeah, because we pay for it. Not exactly A.J. Brown and Nuke Hopkins out there. Don't remind Titans fans of A.J. Brown. Don't make them upset. Don't make them cry. Our deep ball has to be, yeah, another team that doesn't go deep. The Ravens. Oh, nice. Congrats, Emu. Emu got a scholarship at UAB. Everybody celebrating the chat for our guy, Emu. College scholarships. Let's go. Big time school. Good shit. What about Traylon Burks? He plays for the Commanders now. Broncos, Seahawks, Super Bowl. No. No, Sam Darnold's not getting to the Super Bowl. I don't think Bo Nix is either. I would not take either of those teams coming out of their respective conferences. Do we want to talk about my stupid team? My stupid team won a football game, boys. 31-0. We are the first team since 1992 to get shut out and then shut somebody out. So that was fun. We beat the shit out of Jaden Daniels. He looked terrible today. I don't know why they played him. Brian Flores is the worst defense ever to deal with for a younger quarterback coming off an injury. This is terrible. Mariota was bad. JJ McCarthy had his best game as a pro. I thought JJ McCarthy looked pretty good today. 16-23, 163, was very efficient. 3 touchdowns, no picks. Did have 4 sacks. He took a couple of stupid sacks to just throw the ball away when he was rolling out of the pocket. He tried to run to get back to the line of scrimmage. I thought this was the best game by JJ McCarthy by far. The Vikings ran the ball 34 times for 162, 48 yards and a touchdown. It's amazing how easy life can be if you can run the football. Minnesota went 98 yards in 19 plays in 12 minutes in the second quarter. The Commanders had 2 possessions in the first half of this game, essentially. It was unreal. I mean, I don't know what the final time of possession was. It was 34-25. It didn't even feel that close. It was unreal. Addison was fine. Jefferson had 2 catches for 11 yards. He had a third for another 10, and they called it back. They were double bracketing him all day. McCarthy got the ball to Addison a few times, good spots. Checked down to Hawkinson a couple times. Josh Oliver with 2 touchdowns. Naylor was good. The Vikings looked good today. The defense was awesome. Defense was awesome like they've been all year. The Vikings defense has been good all year. They've had horrible offensive play. This is what it looks like when the Vikings run the ball, have competent quarterback play, don't turn it over. They almost got a Van Ginkel. Van Ginkel had an interception. He almost ran it back for a touchdown. They almost got Van Ginked. You love to see it. Ball bounced our way a little bit today too, which helps. Keep pounding. All right, Michael's a diehard Carolina fan. That's all right, Michael. I will be live streaming the Super Bowl in full body paint with a Speedo if the Panthers make the Super Bowl this year. That is a bet on the channel. So keep pounding. Who should I rebuild on 2K? The New Orleans Pelicans, Vandy. Rebuild New Orleans. It's a disaster, but Patrick Queen kind of good. Nice. You don't deserve this, man. Y'all don't deserve this, man. Who, me? I can only play more than 100 people go to the football games or I don't get put in a dorm with a Bama fan. Dude. Did JD get hurt again? He did. They said it was precautionary, but he got messed up bad on his elbow. He landed on his elbow after he threw a pick, and he got blocked and then landed on his bad elbow again. Stupid. Nathan with the Sunday. Appreciate the jewels, my guy. Appreciate it. As a Rams hater, I think it'll likely be them in the Super Bowl. Well, Slam and Sammy, I agree. I think the Rams could be in it. Bum Titans fan with the jewels. 100. Nice. Mariota and Burks TD. Man, bullshit. All right. Jaden and CJ Stroud defining the new age of sophomore slumps. True. Congrats to the Titan fan. New Orleans. Sorry, Vandy. Pelicans. Gump. What's from Tampa? I'm assuming what up from Tampa. How you feeling about your Buccaneers? Are you a Buccaneers fan? Tough game today. We are doing better than the Falcons at least. You'll have the hope of the draft again. True, the Falcons don't even own their pick. Oh, wait, the Falcons don't even own their pick, Emu. They'll win a game for you. You'll be good. They don't own their pick. I forgot. Vikings had 1 drive, 19 plays. It was the first time in a century. Yeah, ridiculous. Nathan, appreciate the high fives. Drake May having an MVP year. Bro said screw slumps. True. He isn't having an MVP caliber year. I don't think he's going to win the MVP, but he's having an MVP caliber year. Definitely. Yeah, everyone's kind of thinking the Rams are the best team. See, I didn't get as much shit as I thought keeping the Rams at number 1 in the power rankings last week. The Rams are just better, I think. If they don't have to play in bad weather, they're going to beat everybody in the NFC. Jaden Daniels, the new RG3. Uh-oh. Vikings still hot trash. Tyrone, they look good today. What kind of haul would the Titans get for a top 3 pick? Depends. I don't think there's any good quarterbacks. We got Cocaine Kirk Cousins and Fernando Mendoza's new nickname is Cocaine Kirk Cousins, which is an insanely awesome nickname. Also, shout out to Fernando Mendoza. His reaction after beating Ohio State, the genuine joy and tears and the emotion he showed was awesome. He had a great throw to seal that game. He's going to win the Heisman Trophy. Good for him. Good for him. JJ's clearly watched the Packers will take him off your hands. I'm sure they would. I'm sure they would. You know what? Watson's been the biggest surprise of the Packers this year. He's been healthy and looked really good. Everybody else on Green Bay is, we know, Green Bay. I'll get to them in a second. Speaking of the Vikings, that's a beard Odin would be proud of. Appreciate that, Norse Pagan. I need to do some work. I got to clean it up a little bit. We got to oil it, massage it. Michael's happy about that. Oh, yeah, I don't think he's going to hit 1K either. Yeah, I don't think he's going to hit 1K either, Zay. Seahawks and Patriots are really good this year. Yes, Sanderson, they are very good. So Patriots-Rams Super Bowl? No, I'm going Bills-Rams. I'm going to take quarterbacks. The Vikings, LOL. Good job. You beat the worst team in the NFC. Good job, Vikings. Probably just going to get blown out next week. We play the Cowboys next week. Playing the Cowboys. Probably, never mind. You probably score 50. Also, the Commanders aren't the worst team in the NFC, guys. Last year, the Seahawks were buns. This year, they're good. They won 10 games last year. The Seahawks weren't buns last year. They won 10 games. Seahawks won 10. If 10 games is buns, I don't know, man. Geno Smith is real. Myles Garrett, 2.5 sacks away from the record. Our guy. Yes, sir. He's at 20, I believe. He's exactly 20. Geno Smith, death terrorist. JD Skull, we finally got a nice win since the Bengals game. Yes. Good wins all around. Broncos will be in the Super Bowl. What do you think? Ty? No. I am not on the Broncos in the Super Bowl. I'm on the Bills. I'm taking the Bills still. Call me crazy. Rams versus Pats ball. Bills. Also, if Houston wins the division, the Texans are insanely scary. They've won 2 playoff games the last 2 years. They have experience. Their quarterback's not as good. Their defense is insane. Gonna cash out if Matthew crash out, I'm hoping. If Stafford wins the MVP, that's a nice cash out. Fernando Mendoza could end up being the GOAT, but I don't want him, even if a Cam is a bust. He will not be the GOAT. He's cocaine Kirk Cousins. He's probably gonna have a Kirk Cousins-ass career. Cocaine Kirk Cousins. Yup, he looks like Kirk Cousins. He kind of plays like Kirk Cousins too. Want Mendoza to go to a team that's actually good, but he's played well enough to be picked by one that isn't. Sad times, true. He was good at Cal too. Fernando Mendoza was good at Cal. I know a lot of people didn't watch Cal. It's not like this is a new thing. Fernando Mendoza's been a solid quarterback for a while. Don't you hate my Rams for making you quit in Darnold? No, because Sam Darnold still got that quit in him. Sam Darnold, guys. He had the eyes like, if the Vikings literally didn't have the worst quarterback performance ever, I think we beat the Seahawks last weekend. Sam Darnold had the look in his eyes last weekend. Cowgirls versus Vikings, cute. Cocaine chains, that's aggressive for Mendoza. How are the Seahawks good? They have a great defense. The Turd Queens are now Super Bowl contenders after this dramatic, dominant win today. They are not Super Bowl contenders, Glenn, because Sam Darnold still plays quarterback for them. Do you still think, Jefferson's a top 5 wide receiver? Yeah, we have bad quarterbacks. And he gets double covered, bad quarterbacks. There are only a few that I know that aren't massage agents. He cracks under pressure. Darnold will be Darnold. How about them Denver Broncos, best in the league? I don't know about that, West Coast, but they are currently first in the AFC and maybe in the NFL. Probably in the NFL. But they are not the best team, I don't think. Great big Jeff Skronsky, Cam DK. Samantha will melt down. I hope the Viking fan base doesn't measure today win a reason to think it's going to get better. KOC is a bad coach. Ty, that is a bot take. Our general manager is horrendous. We don't have a lot of talent on this team. Our GM sucks. It's not our head coach. I know an Eagles fan isn't talking about a good head coach. John Ward. Rice and Kelsey, also agents. See, Ghost Hunter's in on it. He knows. Low-hanging fruit. Come on, kiddos. Yeah, whatever. But Cowgirl, same thing. Darnold sees ghosts when he plays. He doesn't even have to play a great defense. When Darnold plays a competent defense, he sees ghosts. It definitely helps. And he doesn't get covered like a top 5. Teams do not cover JSN like he's an elite receiver. He gets soft coverages still. Once he starts getting those crazy crazy coverages like those doubles, we'll see what they can do because they don't have a second receiver, really. Shaheed coming on could help. Best record in the NFL, true. Best record does not mean you're the best team. KOC is not a bad coach. I agree. Seahawks are this good. Mike Mack that is why they're good. Well, everybody would take it. Maybe KOC will get a 3-year deal. He's currently under contract for a while. We gave him an extension last year. Broncos probably have the best linebacker DB combo. I don't know about DB combo. They have a great DB. They have a very good linebacker combo. I think Houston might have the best. I think Houston's got the best unit out there. I think it's the Texans. GM chose to let go of Darnold. I wouldn't have kept Darnold either. He sees ghosts. I wanted Daniel Jones, but unfortunately, his Achilles is there. Yes, it does, dummy. Well, West Coast, tell me how many times the team with the best record has won the Super Bowl. Oops. Not everyone has the best drafting GM. Like, well, he's very good. He did pass on Justin Jefferson once upon a time. Signed for three more years after this. Yeah, I knew he got the extension last year. Titans have the best defensive tackle duo, though. Maybe second to the Cowboys. Yeah, they have a great defensive tackle duo, at least. That is something to be proud of in Tennessee. They got good interior. Seattle has a better secondary than the Broncos. Surtain is amazing, but behind them, yeah, Surtain's great. Is his Achilles still there? No, Daniel Dimes does not have an Achilles, it looks like. Panthers is maybe a black horse in this race. What do you think? Yeah, I don't think they could win anything, but they could make the playoffs. Like, the Panthers are fun to watch every week. I like watching the Panthers. We root for the Panthers on this channel. We go for the Panthers. But I don't think they're getting in. The problem is the NFC playoff picture is pretty cramped right now, and I don't see anybody falling out. The NFC is got some pretty competent teams right there, and they're just chasing. Eagles didn't have the best record last year. People acting like putting confidence in a young QB means the whole franchise is doomed. There's literally a draft every year. True. Carolina versus Patriots. I'm taking the Patriots. Okay, I'm definitely taking the Patriots. Surtain is great. It's just that Moss gets too many penalties. And Hufanga's all over the place looking to kill somebody. Kevin Winston is great, though, man. Yep. That's what y'all say. One of the few good DBs on the team. Maybe the only one. True. Thank you for being fair. You are welcome. Colts might miss the playoffs if thought they were going to guarantee. Yep. I thought they were guaranteed a month ago, too. They're probably cooked. Need the Titans to make a big trade soon, whether it's a trade down or trade up next year. You always looking to make a move in the draft. This is true. Need to do something. All right. We got more games to cover, guys. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Fantastic stream tonight. Hit that like button. Get us out into the algorithm. Everybody who's new here, hit that sub button. We got daily sports content. If you want to shout out in the chat, if you subbed, drop it in the chat. I will gladly shout you out. Otherwise, appreciate everybody. Hope you're having a great Sunday night. Ward Tate 26. I bet you had Rams blowing Panthers out too. I had them winning, but I was also very open on Rams going outside across the country is a trap spot for the Rams. Panthers at home could play good. I've been very high on the Panthers this year. Texans going to take that last playoff spot. I think the Texans could still win that division. Eagles cover tomorrow, 2.5. Probably, George. Probably. What's Justin Herbert's status? Like, Justin Herbert just had hand surgery on Monday. Like, what? Just build the old line, Titans fan. Yeah, build the old line. Make life better. Keep pounding. That's what she said. Super Bowl predictions were horrible from the beginning of the season. Ravens, Lions. It happens to the best of us. Green, what's up? What's up? It is over for Baltimore and KC. Speaking of the teams it's not over for, this was the most fun game of the afternoon slate. This was football weather. The snow was falling. This game was electric. Bengals up 21-11 at the halftime. Looked like the Bengals were potentially going to win this game. The Bills come out. They score a touchdown. They go all the way down the field. Dalvin Cook reaches for the end zone. They call it a touchdown. He fumbles, but there was a holding penalty. They call him back. They call it back. They challenge it. It looks like he could have fumbled through the end zone. Looked like it went out at the half-yard line. So the Bills save. Sorry, guys. I am recovering. I was sick all week. And I thought I was going to die. Then James Cook, just, I don't know, man. They get the ball, come back, they fumble going into the end zone. It looks terrible. Cincinnati comes right down and scores a touchdown. Bengals have the ball to go and make it a 2-score game and make it impossible for the Bills. And Joe Burrow throws the ball, gets swatted at the line. Pick 6. The Bills have momentum. The Bengals come right back out, and on the very next throw, Burrow gets the ball swatted again and intercepted again. No running game whatsoever from Cincinnati. Burrow was electric until the end of this game. 4 touchdowns, 2 picks. Allen was phenomenal. 22 of 28, 251s, 3 tuds, had 78 on the ground and another long touchdown run, 40-yard touchdown run. James Cook had a good day until, besides that fumble going into the end zone. Dawson Knox back, Dalton Kincaid back, good day for him, but Dawson Knox huge. You can run those double tight sets. It was a big, big ad for them. Josh Allen was a wizard on 4th down. Joe Burrow's touchdown to T. Higgins in the first half was unreal. T. Higgins had 2. Did get a concussion, came back. Mike Gesicki legacy game, 6 for 86 and a tud. Jamar really didn't do anything. Yeah, this is a huge win for the Bills. Just when the Bills defense looked like they were selling, they came out, looked great, made a couple plays, get the huge interceptions, win the game. Panthers Bucks is a tight race, but with the injuries, I might bet on the Panthers. Yeah, I think the Panthers got the inside track now. I don't think Mahomes is washed. I think his team looks burnt out. I agree with that. I don't think Mahomes has been that bad. I don't think Mahomes was bad tonight. What do we think about the likely TD catch getting overturned? I think it was the right call. It's weird because it's the end zone. Because if he had just caught it with 2 feet and landed, it probably is a touchdown. But the fact that he caught it and was taking steps, it adds the element of time to it. And that 3rd foot doesn't come down when the ball gets punched out. And that's kind of why I was okay with the overturn. Didn't pick Ravens in the Super Bowl, had the Bills Packers. Well, you're not a homer, Zay. Thought coming into the season, Tennessee had a good offensive line because they invested so much draft stock in them the last few drafts. What happened? No, they are terrible. James Cook, LOL. Did I say Dalvin? Allen is officially him. He is Himothy. Yes, sir. Chiefs have an 11% chance to be in the playoffs. A lot of good teams would have to lose for that to actually happen. Yes, Sammy. Yeah. Not over for Baltimore. Still have a chance. Got to beat the Steelers. Steelers play the Lions. There is a chance, but it's a dark horse chance. Do you really want to see the Bills in the Super Bowl for a 5th time? Yeah, why not? I wasn't cognizant for any of the Bills Super Bowls in my life, so I've never really seen the Bills in the Super Bowl. Just check my fantasy. Had Rice and Kelsey, and I'm playing Puka and Josh Allen. Well, rip. Rather see the Bills in the same old teams. This isn't the 90s Bills. True. Rather see the Bills and then, I don't know. People want to see the Bills and somebody new. Sure, they would love to see Bills Packers. Something stupid. Remember the Giants 9-7 beating the 7-0 Patriots? Yup, Nathan. Appreciate that. Bills defense really hit or miss, though. Yes, they are a liability for sure. But they do have the experience does matter. The experience does matter. Bucks and Panthers will decide it on the field soon. Yes, they got to play each other twice, don't they? They still have to play each other twice? I think they play each other twice. You never know who will go to the Super Bowl. Best time of the year. True. Likely has to be the most lucky guy ever. Yeah, he's had a couple of tough touchdown breaks in games. Will the Vikings win against the Cowboys? I don't know. Maybe. Why do the Cowboys get 10 days off? Why does every team have 10 days rest when we play them? It's bullshit. Our rest matchup ratio this year was such dog shit, man. It was so dead. Danny Dimes is hurt. Danny Dimes is dead. He's got no Achilles. Xavier Atkins coming back. Got to stay hopeful. Look on the bright side. I don't even know who that is. Probably somebody on Auburn. Rams are the best team. I agree, Green. Likely TD reminds me of the Dez catch. The Dez catch was a little clearer, I think. Hope can drive. Hey, man. Patrick Huntman. Vikings suck. That's bold coming from a Cowboys fan. That's bold. Had his toe on the line. Yup, toe on the line last year. Fumble out of the end zone against the Bengals. Then the non-catch today. Likely it's just Kurtz. Maybe he needs to be more secure with his hands and his feet. I was getting potty trained when the Bills were in the Super Bowl. That's a while ago. Bama should not be in. I'm okay. Quit crying. What? Just laughing at a Cowboys fan talking. It's a non-playoff team as well. He was the guy with the scoop and score against A&M, amazing linebacker. Oh. We just gave him that. Big win for the Pack today. Yes, Gravy, big win. Watch what happens to the Vikings when Dallas beats that ass. I mean, they just got embarrassed by the Lions. That's okay. 10 days off. You should win at home coming off of 10 days. Like, what? Oh, no. Like, I'm going to talk shit to a Commanders fan for beating them 31-0 today. Whatever. We all suck. The Cowboys are mid. They're way worse than mid. Likely stock keeps falling and losing millions. Probably true. Can we talk about the Commanders? Yeah, they're awful. You missed that. We did go over it. They are awful. They are bad. They shouldn't have played Jaden Daniels. They're a bad team. They're not good. I don't know how they played so good against Denver last week. Maybe the Broncos aren't that good. Weird. Fire Dan Quinn? I don't know about that. Sports Edits go Seahawks. The Seahawks are so good. Yeah, they have the best defense, but they do have Sam Darnold. That will be their downfall. I'm sticking to it. Let's talk about it. It's Shador time. It's Shador time. The Titans get their second win of the season. It was looking impossible that the Titans would win another football game. They look good in the first quarter. Come out early, score a couple of scores. Tony Pollard has a nice long touchdown run. Then Cleveland gets it right back. Quinshon Judkins had a long one, gets down at the 1. This game looked over. This game was 17-14 in the third quarter. It looked over. Like, honestly, this game looked over. Then Shador throws a terrible interception. Tennessee scores. Cleveland gives the ball right back. I think that was the Sampson fumble after that on the screenplay, the swing pass. Tennessee scores again. And then they're up 31-17 in this game. And then Cleveland comes back, scores 2 touchdowns. They go for the 2 and tie it, and they pull Sanders off the field, and they try and run a trick wildcat play. Excellent job by Kevin Stefanski if they're silent tanking. Shador looked good. He can get glazed. He was fine. 23 of 42, 364, 3 touchdowns. Did take 2 sacks. Had a horrible interception in that game. But he was fine out there. No running game whatsoever for Cleveland. Kind of surprised how good Tennessee was up front. They also did a pretty good job against Myles Garrett. It was his lowest pass rush success rate of his career. Did get a sack, though. So he is one step closer to that record. If you're Cleveland, you're kind of happy you lost this game. Better draft pick. You can glaze what you looked from Shador. Tony Pollard, 25 carries, $161, 2 tuds. Had a 65-yard touchdown, like a 40-yard touchdown. And so insane. So insane. Nathan, my GOAT. I remember RG3 going down, man. Yep. Similar. Rattle Dak early and they'll be done. No one is afraid of that head coach or OC. True. Agreed. Darnold will blow it. Might have just blown their number 1 pick. I don't know. Nobody wants the number 1 pick. You know what's bad when I prefer the 6-7 celebration over the Shador time celebration? Yeah, that's pretty tough. Is that Jefferson jersey signed? It is, in fact, signed, Lamar. The Titans are absolutely the biggest joke in the NFL, in my opinion. I live in Tennessee. Well, then what does that make the Browns? They just beat the Browns in Cleveland. Everyone watched the game already. Why tell us what we've already seen? Not everybody watched every game. Patrick, what? Not everybody watches every game. People want my opinion and breakdowns of the game. Think he's trying to sabotage him. I think they're just trying to lose. We should go over Cowboys Lions. We don't want to do that. 30-0 L, 31-0 W. That Vikings magic and the Vikings go crazy like they won a Super Bowl. I don't think they would care. Texans are goated. Case. Yes, huge win for the Texans today. Look good. No, dude, Cleveland fans are not happy they lost this game. Screw the draft. They're stupid then. I picked Indiana, by the way. Pixert didn't happen. Cleveland plays the Steelers, I think, this week, and their O-line is banged up. They lost 2 alignment today. Love to see it. I can't watch every game, Patrick. See? Case can't watch every game. Sucks for you. I mean, I watch for people who have lives. People aren't locked in. No, Vikings fans are saying we're winning the Super Bowl. We're having a bad season. Let us celebrate the little things. Yeah, like what? I don't even know Vikings fans were more mad that they won today. I was happy they looked good today. I don't give a shit. The draft pick isn't even that good. There's so many worse teams than the Vikings and record-wise. The draft pick's not even that good, and we're not drafting a quarterback, so it doesn't really matter. Mock drafts are hilarious when it comes to the Chiefs pick because people are like, how dare you mock that the Chiefs draft well again? They do the same thing like with the Eagles. Like, Howie's not going to get that good of a pick. Patrick, all that talent and 5 wins. Ooh, cook them. Don't watch every game either. Yeah, see, people don't watch every game. Cleveland is Cleveland. Yes, that was literally a text, Gravy, to my friends. I literally said, Browns still the Browns. I said, we were talking about the Bengals, and they were like, Bengals still the Bengals. And then the Browns did Browns things, and I was like, the Browns still the Browns. They're like the Jets. They'll forever be a flaming dumpster fire. What do we think of the Jets jerseys today? I kind of liked them. He's up on Patrick, guys. He's a Cowboys fan, and there's no worse punishment than that. He could be a Longhorns fan too. Could be both. If he's a Cowboy and a Longhorns fan, he's in bad shit. Bad shape. The Titans are in the same boat. Titans are okay. No, I'm not stupid. They lost to the freaking Titans, so nobody with a competitive bone in their body wants to lose to the Titans. It's not that you want to win the game, but you're not going to give a shit if they lose the game. Whatever. I would not give a shit if we lost the game. I didn't give a shit that we lost last week to Tennessee. It was annoying how we lost. When should be y'all started? Well, smart, because Carson Wentz is out for the season, and he's been out for the season for 6 weeks. Shows how locked in you are, Patrick. Bot. Yeah, you're probably just going to draft another bust. Fire. He's out. No ball knowledge. True. I didn't get to see the Jets jerseys today. The Jets jerseys. Let's do a little Jets Dolphins. Jets Dolphins. Do a little Jets Dolphins action. Here we go. How we like these? Whoa. ESPN, chill, bro. Why is it so big? That's what she said. That's crazy work, ESPN. There's the New York Post. Here we go. There's a nice, here we go. I kind of like them. Like green and black. Solid. I think they're a solid jersey. Anyways, talk about this game. How good is the Packers? They're okay. Maryland, I think they're okay. They're good. Not great. They still got things. They still got a lot of issues. Facts. Wentz got sacrificed for the sake of dying. True. Knight had a random awesome game. Yeah, it was his best game of his career. Fuck the Jets. She didn't say that to you. She said this last night. Blackouts usually look rad. It's not even a full blackout. It's like green. Clean. Rock with them. Something they didn't screw up. 6.5 out of 10. Fair. Cardinals jerseys are the bets. The desert ones. Or just in general. Positive. Uniforms look great. Negative. They're the Jets uniforms. Fair. The Jets. I mean, Brady Cook played pretty much everything today. Tyrod got hurt instantly. He was 1 of 4, 6 yards. Rolling out Brady Cook, man. The legend from Missouri. Missouri. Memphis? Missouri. Not Memphis, Missouri. The legend from Missouri. A rookie. 14 of 30, 163, 2 picks. He was bad. He was terrible. Tua wasn't that good. Had a touchdown. Devon Achane got hurt early, but he had 92 and a touchdown, and he had like another 13 receiving. So he got hurt in the first half of this game. Jalen Wright carried the load, 107 and a tud. Good game for them. The Jets scored. The Jets ran back a punt. The Jets special teams continues to be God. The Jets special teams is unreal. This is the best special teams unit ever. Yeah, where do we have? Yeah, random touchdown. Just team touchdown. For the defense. It was a 90. Oh, no, it wasn't a 98. It was a 78-yard punt return for a touchdown. Hilarious. We like the Dolphins in this game. We knew the Jets would jet it up, but it sucks. I feel like this game's a lot more competitive if Tyrod Taylor plays. Like, Brady Cook never had a shot. It was 21-0 to start this game. Desert ones, okay, cool. Oh, yeah, party. Nathan, killing it tonight. Bills rivalry jerseys are sick. Yeah, the ice outs are nice. Bengals all whites are good. The white tigers. The Cardinals desert jersey look like they're flecked with diarrhea or blood. I'm a Zoo fan, and even I wouldn't have signed him as my QB. Old Seahawks green jerseys are my personal best of all time. Ooh, the neon greens. Crazy. Was it bright? Kane Wan won the Jets. Yes, Vikings legend. He had a kick return a couple of weeks ago. The Dolphins are awful also. The Dolphins have won 5 in a row. 5 out of 6. Something like that. Dolphins try and prove your draft pick in challenge pot. Difficulty impossible. So who is Indy's QB with Indiana Jones out for the season? I think Jefferson's the number 2 receiver in the league? Dude, I think he's the number 1 receiver in the league. Nobody covers Jefferson. Nobody gets coverages like Justin Jefferson. Ever. I don't see other receivers get double bracketed like he does. It's actually crazy. Do I think the Dolphins, thank the Dolphins for not tanking so they can keep the Chiefs out of the playoffs? It's true. Nah, Puka won. Nah, Puka plays in the system. Puka great. Puka a system guy, though. Let's remember what Cooper Kupp did in the same system. Bucks versus Rams color rush was the best looking jersey. Was that all red versus all blue? Speaking of the Bucks, let's do this one. There's no way Indy keeps playing Riley Leonard, right? I don't know, Ghost Hunter. Might still be Riley Leonard. Miles Price, the top 5 return man, just cut down on the fumbles or the holdings. He does some stupid shit, Miles Price. Tyler Shuck with another win. Looked okay today again. 13 to 21, 41. Did throw the pick. But he ran 7 for 55, 2 touchdowns. Had a 34-yard touchdown run. White boy got some wheels. Devin Neal, solid day. Gets his first NFL touchdown as well. Our man Bucky back at it again. He had a receiving touchdown today. But Baker did not look good. 14 to 30, 122, a touchdown and a pick. Emeka Egbuka did literally had the game-tying touchdown in his hands, and he dropped it. Literally dropped the game-tying touchdown. Emeka Egbuka has clearly hit the rookie wall. He has not been good for the last month or so. He might be hurt. But he's also getting real big boy coverages. He was getting big boy number 1 coverages, and he may not be ready to be a big boy number 1 wide receiver. Chris Godwin, another solid game, but the Bucs are just hurt. Things are just really weird in Tampa offensively. Defensively, they're not good. I don't know. Baker's clearly hurt is the problem. Baker's hurt. The team's hurt. This is kind of the year from hell from Tampa Bay. There's just injuries are just way too much for this team. But Tyler Shuck has honestly shown me enough that Tyler Shuck's my starting quarterback next year if I'm the Saints. He's shown me enough. I'm not drafting a quarterback this year. He's shown me enough. He's not bad. He has not looked bad at all this year. I think he's had some really good moments, actually. He is 50 years old, but we'll see. Shuck over Mahomes. But Kupp was great. But it just kind of, when you get doubles in the systems. Tua has just to play well enough so the Dolphins can't draft his replacement. He is also very expensive. I'll never forgive the Rams for letting Kupp go, but the Kupp's been terrible this year, Nathan. Jefferson would be way better if they had Danny Dimes before his injury. True. I think Seattle is going to win it all then, or the Rams second. I didn't ask for a handle, YouTube. That's a great name. The Seattle's not winning it all because Sam Darnold is their quarterback. Their defense Sam Darnold will lose it for them. Baker plays through way too many injuries. I agree. Imagine if Jefferson had the same QB he's been playing with since college. That's the difference between him and Chase. True. Tampa's receivers are cursed. The injury bug is hitting them. Anything to keep Spencer Rattler off the field. Not the rat. What a performance by 9. I told you guys, Pablo. You guys thought I was joking. 9 is undefeated. JJ McCarthy sucks, but 9 is undefeated. Colchi brand. I'm a Colts fan. You don't get to cry before me. That's fair. Yeah, a magical season is now over. It sucks. If Flowers just learns to hold on to the football and find the end zone, top 10 receiver. Well, if my aunt, what's that? If my aunt had a penis, she'd be my uncle. Yeah, maybe a receiver should learn how to catch and get in the end zone. Maybe Saints draft Nussmeyer in the 7th round. Probably not the Nuss bus. Texans with the Lombardi clock it now. Not crazy, Case. Not crazy. Texans, no, dude. Texans defense is insane. Tyler was a head scratcher of a pick. Now looks like a nice pick. The NFL guys love Tyler Shuck. Was Justin Herbert's backup at Oregon. My wide receiver fantasy sold my game. Love to see it. Not really. Blame Brandon Perna for the Colts' downfall. Oh, my God. What did he do? Say that did he hop on the bandwagon or something? That guy's takes are potato. We will do a post-mortem here. Bro has cursed them 4 times. Unreal. Sounds about right. Post-mortem here on the Colts. This game was interesting early. The turnovers bit the Colts in the ass. Jones threw a horrible pick early. Bounced back 5 of 7, 60 yards. Had a nice run as well for 4 yards in the red zone. Jonathan Taylor also fumbled today. It was just a rough day. Riley Leonard ended up throwing an interception. He came in. He went 18 of 29, 145. They were just on the back foot all day. They couldn't run the ball. Jacksonville stacked the box. Never stood a chance. Trevor Lawrence was fine. 17 of 30, 244, 2 touchdowns. ETN had a nice day. 20 for 74, 2 tuds. I thought he looked really good again. Bashaw Tootin, rip. He fumbled. BTJ, his best game in a while. 3 for 87. Tim Patrick had a nice game. 78 and a touchdown. Jacoby Myers had an early touchdown as well. So the Jaguars are starting to look good, man. They've gotten a lot of luck, but they're looking better. Their defense is playing better. They get out on teams early. They jump on teams early, which is what you got to do. You jump on teams early. You put them in a bad spot. You can win a lot of games. Flowers not even a top 10. In what world is he top 10? Maybe top 15. RG3 curses on the QBs for the Commanders football team. I don't blame him. Eagles or Chargers for tomorrow. I'd lean Eagles. Herbert's got a broken hand. I knew the Colts were frauds. It's not their fault. I mean, Daniel Jones' Achilles exploded. We got a Nick Mullins appearance, the legend himself, Nick Mullins, former Viking. If the Vikings had Nick Mullins at quarterback, they probably win 8 games this year. No, why do we stay on Nick Mullins? Forgot they had Anthony Richardson. No, they don't. Anthony Richardson's on the IR. I actually think Anthony Richardson can pick up where Indiana Jones left off. Nathan, he cannot hit the broadside of a barn. He's insanely inaccurate. He could never go 5 for 7 ever in his life. He could go 1 for 7. But he's also out on the IR. I don't know when he's available to come back. Ty, I know I'm an Eagles fan, but we're losing tomorrow. You're just letting everybody else know. I could see it. But also, they're away from the home. I feel like they're going to play better on the road because their fans aren't going to be there to bitch and boo. I just don't try. I mean, Jalen Carter is a big miss. That is a weird thing, too. Whoever wins the AFC South will likely be eliminated by the Bills in the wild card. No, I don't think so. The Bills are probably going to go to the AFC North winner. They're probably going to go to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has 7 wins. The Jags have 9 wins. The Texans have 8 wins. The Bills are going to be the number 1 wild card team. I think. I'm pretty sure. That's how that's working. Let me double check. Discount double check. No, yeah, the Bills are the number 1 playoff team. So they'd go to Pittsburgh right now. And then the Chargers would go to Jacksonville. And then Houston would go to New England. The Patriots, that is the last team they want to see, is the Texans in the first round. I feel like everybody's last team they want to see is the Texans in the first round. BTW, thanks for Hunter. He is goated. Well, Case, thanks for Grenard and Cashman, because that is a goated combo. I think everybody won in that exchange of players. Bought an Anthony Richardson rookie card. I'm happy to sell that and a bridge in Manhattan for a good price. Texans are a huge sleeper. Yeah, I agree, OJ. They're kind of looming. They have I don't think people appreciate how much the Texans have played 4 playoff games in the last 2 years. They've won 2. They have a lot of playoff experience. They've never gotten to the conference championship game. It's a very experienced football team. CJ Stroud is also a problem. Their offense is bad. That's the problem. But CJ Stroud has played good in big games. That is something. That's not nothing. The Eagles are the one team that plays worse at home. Yeah, because their fans are just awful people. The Texans ain't even a sleeper. They're just contenders. Well, they're not. They're a wild card team. They're kind of sleepers. They also started terrible. They started really bad. That's why. Who the hell is going to be the QB for the Colts? I think it's going to be Riley Leonard. It's going to be Riley Leonard. Anthony Richardson, I don't think is available. Texans are the OU of the NFL. An awful offense carried by amazing defense and kicker. True. But the Texans offense is slightly better than OU. I think Texas Tech is a better version of OU. I was hearing that. People were questioning Texas Tech. I think Texas Tech's very good. I think Texas Tech is OU. And they're like, would Texas Tech do that in the SEC? I go, yeah, if Texas Tech played OU schedule, they'd probably have the same results. They'd probably lose the same games, too. They'd probably lose to Ole Miss, and they'd lose to Texas without their starting quarterback. Hot take is the Patriots out in the first round or second if they get a bye. That's not a super hot take, Nathan. Maybe a little hot take. Maybe to the uninformed, but I agree. I think real Patriots fans will tell you that they don't expect much this year. Like they're ecstatic. They made the playoffs. They're gonna win the division. They're not expecting a Super Bowl run. That team is very flawed, and they know it. They know they're a product of their schedule. As a Colts fan, I want to hate CJ Stroud, but he's actually a good person. Damn it, true. Richardson has glass bones. Well, yeah, what happened? He got like hit in the face or something. Eagles Chargers tomorrow. I'm debating to go just because I want to talk shit to the coaches. But that arena is going to be filled with Eagles fans. Do it for real, Kev. Do it. It's going to be all Eagles fans. They're just going to be happy to be out there. Texas Tech's offense is a lot closer to average than OU's. I agree. Are the Vikings back? Yeah, we're back, OJ. We're back. I don't know where we're back to, but I'm just happy we look competent. CFP Field was so bad. Bama and OU shouldn't have been there since OU hung their hat on that Bama win. They also had the Tennessee win. OU has good wins everywhere. They have the Tennessee win. They have the Michigan win. OU's got wins. You can't argue OU's resume. OU's got a fantastic resume. They're not a good team. I don't think they're not one of those teams that were like, say, they were super safe. I don't think they're close to being the best of those teams. They're by far have one of the best resumes. Can't doubt it. What happened to Mateer being the number 1 overall pick in this year's draft? Got hurt? Not as good. Tickets, Jesus. Might just bet the game. Or you go into the nosebleeds and you sneak down there. Even though I hear SoFi's kind of weird. SoFi's kind of a bitch to walk around. Were you impressed with Indiana versus Ohio State? OJ, I was impressed with nobody for the first 3 quarters. I thought both teams played a bad, sloppy game. I was very impressed with Indiana in the 4th quarter. I thought they won that football game. Yes. Broke his hand and came back early. True. Should not have come back early. Richardson broke his orbital bone in the locker room. Sounds like an HR complaint from the Willy Wonka chocolate factory. I knew he broke his face, and it was weird. That loss to Texas should just prove that. They got whooped. They didn't have a quarterback, Case. They didn't have a quarterback. I'd have Mateer at number 5 pick at best. Yeah, he was having a great year. Who will win the Heisman? It's going to Mendoza, OJ. It's going to Fernando Mendoza. Had his moment. Fernando! All right, let's talk Steelers-Ravens. This was kind of an ugly game. Ravens made a little bit of a push late. Lamar was just bad today. He was really bad in the first half. I thought he was bad overall. 19 to 35, 219, touchdown, horrible interception. Threw a pick to his cousin. That's funny. Had just a kind of an awkward game. Did have a nice touchdown run to cut this game close. Henry, 25 for 94. They ran the ball well, 40 for 217. Their defense couldn't really get any stops. They got cooked up. Rodgers was awesome today. 23 for 34, 284 in the touchdown. Obviously, the Isaiah Likely play in the end zone. The weird interception play with Rodgers where kind of like simultaneous possession. Kind of weird. Pittsburgh cannot run the football. 17 carries for 34 yards. Can't run the football. They did get 2 touchdowns. Can't run the football. Awesome screen pass to Jaylen Warren for a TUD. Was a great play call. DK Metcalf goes for a $148. No TUDs, but a huge day for him. Calvin Austin had one nice catch. 6 checkdowns to Gainwell. Pittsburgh looked better than they had looked. Pittsburgh's kind of like, as soon as we start quitting on Pittsburgh, like they're just, Tomlin gets the boys to show up. Rodgers talked about it a lot this week. Rodgers was fired up. Rodgers still gives a shit. That's what I care about. I like that. Aaron Rodgers still gives a shit. He still gives a shit, which is really nice to say. It's really nice to see he gives a shit. But Baltimore feels done, man. 6-7. Still only a game back in the division. But Lamar's hurt. Like, there has to be something more with Lamar than just the hamstring. He can't throw anymore. Lamar used to be a really good pocket passer. He could throw from the pocket. He cannot throw from the pocket anymore. At all. Like, at all. Weird. Just, I don't know. Things are really weird in Baltimore right now. I would like to see AR win a title before he retires. Oh, Richardson's bad. Heisman Mendoza incoming. Good name. Fernando Mendoza got beat Ohio State. Give the kid the glory. Yeah, everyone does kind of forget. Looked like Mendoza was done first play of the game. First drive of the game. I think it was the first play of the game. Might have been the first throw of the game. Lamar was just a worse version of a 40-year-old man. True. Lamar's always bad. This year, yes. You know that song Fernando by ABBA? I do. I will never forgive DK. Aaron is a GOAT forever. I don't care. Will the Steelers win the Super Bowl this year? No, OJ. They will not. He brought a ring to Green Bay. Yeah, only one, though. Only one. Packers fans are not happy. Thankfully, in my Yahoo League, I had no choice but to start him. That's good. I hope Aaron Rodgers retires after this year. Yeah. Or he's going to end up in Indy. Pete's Colts can call AR up if they have faith in him. He had a bone broke. He was eligible to be called up. Okay, so he's back. Lamar got Cam Newtoned. Maybe. Some brain rot fans are probably happy the Ravens are 6-7. Also funny that Mendoza's backup is his brother. True, and they're 15-6. Their numbers are 15 and 16. You never know which Mendoza you're getting. Yeah, his ankle got stepped on at practice, right? He missed practice this week. It got stepped on. But there's something more. There's something else. That doesn't explain him being big, because he's been bad in the pocket before this week. I don't know. It's just something weird. Who's the face of the NFL? It's still probably Patrick Mahomes. Taylor Swift. Mahomes is still the face of the NFL. Maybe Josh Allen. Josh Allen's getting there. A-Rod didn't bring that title to Title Town. Their defense did. Aaron Rodgers was really good that playoff run, though. Mendoza took that Manning style, keep it in the family, too literally. I'm ready for it. Face might be Josh Allen. Can't get that dude off of my TV. That's true. I think it's Mahomes or Josh Allen, I think. That's a good one. All right, let's finish. We got to catch up. This game was stupid. All-time nasty cover. Pete Carroll just diabolical here. They have the ball. The Raiders, first of all, Geno Smith got hurt. He was kind of trash in this game. Kenny Pickett looked okay in garbage time. They cannot run the football at all. It's kind of embarrassing how bad the Raiders are blocking. Denver's up 10. Raiders complete a 30-yard pass, and then the Broncos swipe at the ball, and the guy loses the football, and they call a delay of game penalty. And then with 5 seconds left and the clock stopped, Pete Carroll kicks a field goal to cover the spread. Diabolical work. That's insane. That's just insane. Insane work by Pete Carroll to cover the spread. Bo Nix was fine. The Denver ran the ball kind of today, which is crazy, but not really. We're running Adam Prentice over here, 2 for 22, and Jaleel McLaughlin, 4 for 22. Tyler Batty, 4 for 16. Bo Nix does his normal stuff. Marvin Mims did run back a punt for a touchdown. RJ Harvey, 17 for 75 is a solid day. Probably his best day as a pro, running the football. Bo Nix was whatever. Again, took a couple sacks. Cortland Sutton, fine. Denver's defense just feasted. We know how the party goes. They had 4 sacks. They had a punt return for a touchdown. This is how Denver wins. Not very impressive. Not really going to blow you away. Just kind of put you to sleep. The Denver's won 10 in a row. Denver's won 10 in a row. NFC North Division and the Vikings are jumping around like they're in first place. What are we talking about? Nobody is jumping around like that. What? I don't know where you live, Ty. It's clearly Jason Kelsey is the face. It's the 7th time his ankle got messed up this year. I don't know. It just feels like it's more. Brock Bowers is suffering out there. Josh Allen has a media manager with a better sense of humor than Mahomes. He's also married to an actress, so that doesn't hurt either. That people like. People like her. People like Haley Steinfeld. People get sick. People are obsessed and get sick of Taylor Swift. I don't think there's anybody who hates Haley Steinfeld. I'll tell you what, Mike. I love Haley Steinfeld. I live west of the Mississippi. I get the Bills game every week for some reason. Are you in Wyoming? Also depends if you're like an NFC, like NFC AFC. Like if you don't really get an AFC team, they're always like the noon AFC game. If you're like an NFC, if you're an NFC market mainly for Fox over there, that's how that works. The TV stuff is weird. It's pretty bad that Kenny Pickett might be the best QB in that Raiders QB room. Hey, don't hate on Kenny Pickett. He deserves a chance. The Broncos are kind of fraudulent, not going to lie. Potentially. I don't know how, I wouldn't say super fraudulent. Are they as good as their record? No. Pete tomorrow needs to go home and coach from the couch. Oof. Think the Patriots are going to start giving everyone nightmares again? I don't know about that. Philip, what's up? Appreciate the jewels. They're what the Chiefs were last season. Kind of. I think they're a little bit better. They're not as lucky, but kind of. I definitely get the comparison. Just like saying stuff feels good about 2017. True. Mahomes' wife is kind of base, but they never show her. She was horrible. Brittany was the worst to deal with like 5 years ago is the problem. Play highly Seinfeld songs at the Bills game. I said before the season he wasn't going to have an all-pro season again, and it's hard to do. Yeah, it just, I thought the throwing thing is just like really putting me for a loop here. It's really kind of confuzzling me. But you would know better than I am. You're way more locked in, obviously. I'm a St. Louis boy, hence I'm a Rams hater. Fair. Yeah, you're kind of an open market. I don't know who you get like Bears game. You get like Chiefs games or Bears games. You get Bears games, I'm assuming. Thoughts on this week's games overall? I thought it was okay. I mean, we're getting to the point where there's a lot of bad teams playing each other and a lot of bad teams playing good teams. That Bills-Bengals game was awesome. And the Sunday Night Football, I thought the Texans-Chiefs game was great. I thought it was a great game tonight. Packers-Bears was a good game. We'll do Rams-Cardinals, and then we'll touch on We'll do Packers-Bears, and then we'll call it a night. Have a good night, Ty. Appreciate it. Enjoy the game tomorrow. And the Titans game, too. Okay, that makes sense. We literally won a Super Bowl in St. Louis. Why would you hate us? Because you left, they abandoned them. As a Colts fan, I also hate the Rams. Brittany and Jackson Mahomes were bad 5 year. Puka, man, so tough. Yeah, Puka had a nasty moss today, too. I get the Bills more than any other team. Well, the Bills maybe are the national darlings right now. Matthew Stafford, 281, 3 tuds. Another MVP game for your boy. Blake Corum, 12 for 128, 2 tuds. Busted a long touchdown run. Kyron, 84 for a touchdown. If you're going to be able to split carries with these two and run for 2 Bills and 3 touchdowns, the Rams are going to be a bitch and a half to deal with. Puka, 7 for 167, 2 tuds. Awesome today. We're getting the tight ends involved in Kobe Parkinson. Devontae, a little quiet today. Almost had a touchdown, was out of bounds at the back of the end zone. But Rams defense looked a little shaky early. Jacoby Brissett moved right down the field first drive of the game. Once they got behind, 25 for 44, 271, 2 touchdowns and a pick. There was 0 running game today from Arizona at all, but they were behind early. The Michael Wilson connection will feed families. 142, 2 touchdowns. McBride had a good kind of a bad McBride day. If you're in a PPR, happy PPR, he had an okay day. Marvin Harrison Jr. out again, obviously. This is going to be an interesting job to take in Arizona. It's definitely a rebuild, but like there's some pieces there. Like, could you keep Jacoby Brissett as a bridge quarterback? Yes. What can you get for Kyler? Michael Wilson's fun. How old is Michael Wilson? 25, not old. Yeah, Marvin Harrison Jr., maybe figure that out. Trey Benson, when he comes back healthy. James Conner's probably washed. Not a whole lot on the defense there. The Rams are my favorite team in the NFC. I think they're going to the Super Bowl. If you have to play in LA, if they get home field advantage, we're cooked. The NFC's cooked. So the Colts season is over. Yes. Colts season is over, Philip. Stat Padford is no more. He's just Matt Stafford. Michael Wilson is what we all thought Marvin Harrison Jr. was. True. Nobody needs to pour of salt on the wound. If we lose everything else, we can just fail miserably at picking another QB next draft for the shoe. This is our Colts. This is our team. We bleed blue. I love that guy. Buddha should request a trade. Yup. Buddha Baker should get out of there. So should Trey McBride. Kyler Murray to the Colts, probably. I don't know about that. Kurt Warner. I feel bad for Daniel Jones because he was going to get a nice contract this year in free agency. maybe get a franchise tag. Now he's just, yeah. Kurt Warner will always be my favorite QB. Dude had me root for the Cardinals in the Super Bowl. The only team with less fans than them is the Chargers. What did you think of the Pats win today? 34-3 against the bye. It's always good to win the bye. I thought it was a little bit closer than that since the Bills won. Hear me out. I was telling my homies Rams could trade the Falcons pick to a bad team and stockpile first-round picks. They could do that. But I would also just like draft Caleb Downs. I might just draft Caleb Downs and put him on a great team. Is Lunchables the best pizza? No, OJ. No way. Best frozen pizza? I like the Detroit Motor City. I like that Detroit style. Detroit Motor City. I like Detroit style. That's a good frozen pizza. Very good. Screaming Sicilian, also good frozen pizza. Daniel Jones going to end up with a lesser legacy than Rex Glozman. Let's absorb that internally. From bagging groceries to Super Bowl MVP. Bengals are terrorists. Did you bet on the Bengals? I think the trade deadline should be eliminated. Nathan, you got to have the trade deadline. You can't have bad teams selling assets for teams making a run this late in the season. It's not fair. I like it. The trade deadline goes till December, basically. Right? It's like end of November, middle of November. That's fine. Bills versus Pats next week. Sheesh. Yep. Yeah, the Colts were really pretenders. I mean, their quarterback's Achilles exploded. I don't know if that's fair. I don't think that's a fair. Rams already have the best safety room. They do not. They do not have Caleb Downs. Red Baron is go to pizza. Ooh, Red Baron guy. Case of Red Baron guy. Yeah, Caleb Downs is that dude. But yeah. Stock and picks could be serious. How's that not fair if anyone can do it? Because it's not good. You don't want also like changeover regimes, like guys who know they're getting fired, like selling off assets. It gets real squirrely there. It could get real squirrely and tanky. DiGiorno, Red Baron, probably the best DiGiorno, also very good. Players should vote on if trades should be vetoed or not. That would be stupid. That would be dumb. They're not paying attention half the time. When is the NFL trade deadline? Here, when is it? Okay, it was November 4th. If we want to move it to Thanksgiving, I'm okay with that. How about we move it to Thanksgiving? The week before Thanksgiving. I think you move it later. I didn't think it was that early. It's the end of it's basically end of October. How about Thanksgiving? We'll move it to Thanksgiving. We'll call it that. That's a compromise right there. We move to Thanksgiving. I know, but it would be funny. Rams will have the best 3 high if they draft Caleb Downs. Arvell Reese could be a good add too at linebacker. Second week in November. This is the first weekend in November. Colts have experienced a QB plague since Manning. If not bad or old, they're crippled and feeble. They did have Andrew Luck. Not going to lie, that Taft kid out of Texas, I like smart safeties. He's overrated, Case. He ain't that good. Michael Taft's not that good. He's also going to get like 15 penalties a game in the NFL. January 14th, final offer. No, we're doing Thanksgiving week. What about Papa John's stuffed crust? Not a Papa John's guy. I'm a loyal Domino's guy for chain pizza. Loyal's gone. The NFL changed this year. Did they move it back or did they move it earlier or later? I briefly read that it moved. Thieneman from Oregon's very good. Thieneman is a dog. Thieneman is a dog. This is a good draft. If this is a bad quarterback draft and not a great wide receiver draft, really good defensive draft. Really good defensive draft. Really good corners, really good safeties, really good linebackers, good D tackles, decent pass rushers. No like elite pass rusher, but this is a good draft for that. There's good running backs again. This is a good draft. You're just salty you picked off your QB. That Texas defense was ass without him. That Texas defense is ass usually. Taft's not that good. Malik Muhammad's the best player on that Texas defense by far. So is Anthony Hill. Andrew Luck was injured a lot. Could have come back, but he wasn't smart enough to know when to get out. They put so many bad offensive lines around him, though. How dare you disparage the legend Matt Ryan? He worked his butt off 28-3. I mean, 24-7 to improve that Colts team. Hey, Phillip Rivers actually did it good. Moved it back. Move it back again. How many years left are on Kelsey's contract? He's done. He's retiring after this year. Andrew Luck got punished. If the Colts had a better, yeah. He carried a horrible team to the AFC Championship game. Shout out Ty Simpson. He's from my alma mater. Well, shout out to Ty. He has looked bad lately. He should go back to school. He should play another year in college. Luck has an elite football IQ. Who do I think will go number 1 in the NFL draft? If it's a quarterback, it is going to be Fernando Mendoza. If it's not, I do not know. It depends on the team. Depends on what they're looking for. Could be a pass rusher. Could be, I don't know. I think it's a better QB draft than an O-line draft. It's not a very good QB draft. Might be a bad O-line draft, too. His little bro just won the state championship with 600 yards and 6 tuds. That's a day. Jeremiah Smith not eligible to come out this year. Pineapple belongs on pizza. Nathan, you crazy man. Pizza Hut, $9.99 large pizza. Any way you want. Pickup is the best deal. Yeah, but I like the Domino's, the mix and match, so I can get like wings or something, or like some bread, crazy, some like garlic bread with my pizza, so I can be fat. Like that. Kelsey is so washed. He looked horrible tonight. He looked horrible tonight. Matt Ryan and Phillip Rivers were turd nuggets. Phillip Rivers was not a turd nugget. He got them to the playoffs, and he was good in that playoff game. This is not the game I wanted to look at. This is not the game I wanted to look at. I wanted to look at this game. Let's get to our last game. No one, and we mean no one, outbeats the Hut. Kelsey should retire. He was crying. He got fucked up on that last play, though. The interception, though, the one that he bobbled and bounced and went behind him, he took a shot straight to the ribs at full speed. I don't blame him for being killed. Papa John's and Pizza Hut breadsticks. That is the dinner of champions and potheads. Has anyone played on a torn ACL since Rivers? I don't know, Nathan. Probably. We don't know about it. Maybe. That was crazy. Played the AFC Championship game on a torn ACL. All right, this was the last one of the day or last one of the night for us. Good one. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Hit that like button if you haven't already. I know you guys are already here. Sub if you're new here. We got sports content all throughout the week. We got live streams. We got shorts. We got videos. And my Power Rankings video will be out Tuesday afternoon. Rams are going to be number 1. Where everybody else is, I do not know. I'm from San Diego. I got kind of a soft spot for Rivers and those Chargers teams back then. Damn fun to watch. JD, there you go. San Diego, beautiful place to live. It's hard to hate the Chargers. Certain RBs, but no QBs. Yeah, good RBs. Papa John's, Little Caesars, Domino's, Pizza Hut. That's crazy. Little Caesars crazy bread is awesome. I'm an Illinois boy. I like my faux deep dish 3 hours south of Chicago like a gentleman. Nice. I told you, I'm a big Detroit style guy. I've been won over on Detroit style. I like a good crust, like fried bread crust. All right, y'all. I like Tony Romo for the playoff game. Hit the like button or else. Ghost Hunter, have a good night. Or you'll be forced to become a Titans fan. You don't need to see me poo-poo this game. Saying his ass, he did not have a good game. He is still just a redshirt freshman. Little Caesars goated. Oh. Hey, man, on the real, and I won't get mushy, but I've been looking for friends because I'm tired of being alone. Thank you for making me feel, yeah, Gravy, no worry. Hang out in the chat. Talk ball. Appreciate it. Welcome to the fam. Kelsey should have retired when his brother did to ruin his legacy if he keeps. I'm okay with going for the one more. Like last year was fine. He should have retired after last year. Do I like grilled hot dogs or boiled? Both, OJ. Both. I'm okay with both. I don't discriminate. Have a good night, JT. Titans suck. Skull, brother. All right, let's do Bears-Packers, boys, and I'll catch up on the chat real quick. We're not done. Let's do Bears-Packers. Packers take down the Bears 28-21. This was a fun game, interesting game, kind of back and forth, a little sloppy early. Caleb Williams was Caleb Williams today. 19-35, 2 touchdowns, throws a horrendous interception to lose this game on 4th down. I don't know if he could have ran for the first down. Caleb was terrible from the pocket. He had some fantastic plays on the run like Caleb does. Magical. Like, you just saw, like, peak Caleb Williams today. It was like Caleb Williams out of the pocket, he's Patrick Mahomes. Caleb Williams in the pocket, he's Jackson Mahomes, okay? I don't understand it. It's kind of crazy. The Bears had an identity, too. They went right down the field. Right down the field over there. Right down the field Down 7, march down the field, dominating. Like physical, like the Bears just had an identity. Just like, it was really, really interesting to see. Ben Johnson gave the Bears an identity. This team has an identity. They're physical, they're hard-nosed, they're kind of like what the Lions were. It was not just Dan Campbell. And they invested in the offensive line and it paid dividends. Bears defense is bad, we know this. They forced turnovers though. Had a Jordan Love interception. They make plays. They sometimes don't make plays. Really didn't get anything going receiving. Rome Odunze was out. This is a big one. Rome Odunze out, like, that's tough to deal with over there. Williams did all he could, but man, they just need to run the dang ball. I agree. Bears played well, not well enough, but well. Yes, I think the Bears have looked good the last 2 weeks. I think this is the last 2 weeks that are the best the Bears have looked all season. I've been very down on the Bears. They've been super lucky, horseshoe up their ass. They've looked very good the last 2 weeks. I honestly thought the Bears looked a little bit better than Green Bay. Green Bay was kind of whatever. Jordan Love, 17-25, just kind of like huck it, chuck it grenades for a touchdown. They hit on a couple of deep passes. The big plays for touchdowns. The 3rd and 1 slant to Christian Watson was huge. 89, 2 touchdowns. I thought Christian Watson was great. But again, more just super unreliable receivers over here. Super unreliable receivers for Green Bay. I just don't know what to do. I hate the Packers receivers. They're so frustrating to deal with. Jacobs had a really good day. He had a very good drive, 86, and he capped it off with a touchdown for them. Emmanuel Wilson. I would like to see more of Emmanuel Wilson. I thought we could have got some more carries if you're a Bears fan. Christian went off 2 weeks. Yeah. Christian Watson went off 2 weeks. He's been good. And he's been healthy. Packers defense still a problem. They got after Caleb a bit. He obviously made some great plays. You can run on this Packers team. Oh my God, what happened? All the bots just popped in here, man. It's crazy. Bots went crazy. We were so good all night with a ton of viewers, but whatever. So I think the Packers defense does have its flaws. They win the first salvo. They're going to get the rematch in 2 weeks in Chicago. Caleb Williams was on that Mitch Trubisky stuff tonight. I thought Caleb had really good moments and he had some bad moments. Obviously, the interception was a bad one. You knew as soon as he let it go, bad things were going to happen. It was an air ball. He made a bad throw. Kmet was open. I think it was Kmet in the back of the end zone. If he throws it on to the pylon, he's in there. Like, he's in there, touchdown. It was there. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with Green Bay and Chicago. I feel like I come away more impressed with Chicago than Green Bay watching this game today. And that's my honest opinion. Honestly, hard to say I'm biased. I hate both these teams. And our boy Caleb, though, we do got to shout out the boy. Shout out the boy! He was a little late, and it was a bad throw. Damn bots, I agree. We were so good all night. He was late, and it was a bad throw. He got to put that on the pylon. Oh, my God, they're going crazy. You hate the Packers more, though, honestly, probably. But I can't, we literally have the Caleb emoji. Because he's fabulous. I don't know. I just love that drive. That drive that Chicago put together to tie the game. Like, that was such an impressive drive for me. It was such an impressive drive. Exactly how a Vikings fan would take it, just playing it. It was a good game. Yeah. Caleb Williams isn't good. Yeah, Taj, you know what? He's got his moments. He's horrible in the pocket. He's really good out of the pocket. Caleb is fun still, though. Stroud was right. Needs to grow up. Stroud can't be big dogging anybody because Stroud's look bad, too. Oh, my God. All right, well, the bots have put a kibosh on this drill. Just hold on. I'm just going to do this. Where are the settings? The YouTube live layout change. I think I finally got the update, boys. Boys, I think we finally got the update. So I can make some changes here on the stream. I think we finally got the update to multi-stream to to vertical and horizontal. I think we got it. But I don't know how to go through. I'm going to have to play with YouTube Studio. But that's for another night. I think the Packers are going to miss Kraft in the playoffs 100%, Nathan. I hate saying this, but Packers still own the Bears. They technically do. But it's only game one. They got a rematch. This is a one-score game. We'll see what they do in Chicago in 2 weeks. Caleb Williams is way better than Justin Fields. Let's all acknowledge that. Yes, Caleb is much better than Justin Fields. Jettas would have a phenomenal game versus that Temu Dallas defense. Well, we got to get him the ball. Stroud at least has a 60% completion rate, even with that booty offensive line. The problem is, look at Davis Mills. Davis Mills looked better than Stroud this year in spots. Like, Stroud's got to get rid of the ball faster with that bad offensive line. The offensive line is bad. I dislike the Lions the most out of their division. Anytime they lose, they say the other team cheated. Yeah, the Lions fans have turned in kind of awful people. They used to be the shit stain of the division. And I don't know, man. They just, I don't know. They just don't know how to win. Vikings suck. Giants town. I know a Giants fan is not talking. That's crazy work. Packers might win Super Bowl. They got the recipe. Unruly, I don't know. I don't think they have enough. I don't know if they have enough. I don't think they're consistent enough on off. I don't trust Jordan Love. Jordan, Andy, Love, Dalton. I'm calling Jordan, Andy, Dalton, Love. Their defense is a problem too. You can run on them. If your O-line isn't good, QB has to get the ball out quickly. 1,000%. Vikings don't suck. The QB play has been awful, yeah. No, he didn't. Davis Mills just slinging it ASAP. Edge can work out. The yak yards and completion rate were bad. I don't know. I liked what I saw from Davis Mills. I liked that he got the ball out quick. It's totally fine that he got the ball out quick. Oh, my TV. Turn my TV on. I like how my TV's on the same wavelength as my my lights. So it looks like it changes it. What QBs would you have chosen over Richardson for the Colts in the draft? Like all of them? I have to remember that draft. I was not an Anthony Richardson guy, so literally all of them. Ravens suck too. Vikings absolutely awful garbage. We have a better record than the Giants, though, and we play the Giants in 2 weeks. Packers ain't winning shit. They're probably going to win the division, Steve, unfortunately. But Super Bowl, I would be hesitant to say. We do suck, but we're better than the Giants. Houston just needs the QB to not turn the ball over and not to take sacks. Agreed. That's a big sauce. Amen. Yeah. That's the success, yeah. And then Stroud makes a couple of big throws. They have some weapons. They got to run the ball more consistently. Love the Texans defense. Overall, good team. Let's look at the standings real quick, and then we'll wrap it up. Appreciate everybody. Fantastic stream tonight. And a lot of new people. Hanging out in the chat, so we'll do that. So some teams are eliminated. We lost a few teams. The Browns, I think, were eliminated last week. The Jets officially done. Falcons done. Cardinals done. I think the Commanders, the new done team. The Giants are literally last in the NFC, by the way. BT Dubs. Vikings, Cowboys, loser will be out. Vikings could be out before then. Maybe not, but loser, Vikings, Cowboys eliminated. Realistically, I don't think the playoffs are going to change. I think these are going to be your 7 teams in the NFC. And the AFC I think these are going to be your 7 teams in the AFC. I don't see much changing. Think the playoffs are set. Tampa Bay is the only team that could slide out. Carolina, get a little spicy, win the division. Only with you. Best defense in the league. Yep. QB shoot, I'd have drafted JSN if I was the Colts in 23. JSN fell in that draft too. Sub, appreciate that. Someone provide the confetti. Woo! I wish, yeah. Clutchy with the sub. Rip Browns. Over there, Cleveland. Bengals could be done this week. Yep. Do the Niners win wild card weekend? I think so. I like the Niners. We're big on the Niners. We are big on the Niners. So we'll see. What's the schedule look like next week? We'll do the schedule real quick, too. Do the schedule real quick. Can you show the AFC again? Yes, I can show the AFC again real quick. Let's go. Standings. So AFC, Broncos currently your 1 seed, same record as the Patriots. Patriots your 2 seed, Jags your AFC South leaders as the 3 seed, Pittsburgh your AFC North leaders in the 4 seed, Buffalo your number 1 wild card, Chargers your number 2 wild card, Texans your number 3 wild card, Indy out, Baltimore out, Kansas City out, Miami, Cincinnati hanging on for dear life. But Baltimore and Kansas City could be cooked here in a second. I think this is going to, I don't think the Colts are done now without Jones. I think the Chargers are the only team that could slide out. I just don't know who to replace them. Baltimore could still win the division with Pittsburgh, but they're up against it. The Texans in the playoff again gives me a stiffy. Gross. Same with the NFC. I don't see anybody falling out. Bears, Niners, Seahawks, 9 wins, 10 wins. Eagles at 8-4. Maybe the Cowboys get spicy, but the Eagles win this weekend. Maybe Green Bay is in good shape. Rams are going to get in. Probably going to get all 3 NFC West teams in. The Lions are your team that could jump somebody. It's who do they jump? They got to play Chicago again last weekend of the season. So that's the biggest issue. Eagles will lose wild card weekend. That's my bold prediction. I could see it, just like 2023. Panthers winning that division would be hilarious. It would be fun. It would be fun if the Panthers won that division. All right, let's peek at week 15. Great to break down. Appreciate that, Nathan. Shitty game Thursday, but Tampa must win Thursday night against Atlanta. Kirko's going to throw for 3 bills and 3 tuds because it's Kirko on Thursday. Cleveland, Chicago, ugly. Cincy, Baltimore, elimination game for the Ravens and Cincy probably. Chiefs, Chargers, 100% elimination game for Kansas City. Buffalo, New England, that's going to decide the AFC East, most likely still going to be New England, but Buffalo kind of needs to win that game. Nobody cares about Washington, New York. Philly, Las Vegas, nobody cares. Nobody cares about Jacksonville, Jets. Nobody cares about Houston, Arizona. Denver, Green Bay, very interesting Super Bowl preview, potentially. Lions, Rams, huge game for the Lions. Great game too, potentially. Saints, Panthers, should be fun. Niners should kill Tennessee. Seattle, rip Indiana Jones. And Vikings, Cowboys should be a fun little Sunday night game. And then Pittsburgh, Miami, Monday night. We know what the deal is. Not the best watch in the world. Do I like the matchup for the 49ers versus Seattle or Tampa? I like, if you want to go far, I think you want Seattle. I mean, you want the Niners. I think Seattle's really good with their defense, but Sam Darnold is Sam Darnold. Have to root for the Lions now because they're from a sad place and it's a sympathy thing. Imagine those cheers. It'll be sad too. Vikings suck Asbro. You should probably spell correctly. Jags definitely can win the South. They've already split with Houston. They don't have any more games with the Texans. Have a great night, Nathan. Appreciate that. If Packers win, that would tell us a lot about the Packers. Yes, if the Packers win in Denver, that tells you a lot about Green Bay. But that's going to do it for us tonight, guys. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Fantastic stream. Hit that like button. Sub to the channel if you're new here. Schedule for the rest of the week for all our new people over here. We'll have our power rankings video out Tuesday afternoon. So Tuesday afternoon around 4 p.m. Eastern. Power rankings video will be out. Wednesday, we'll be live Wednesday night at 11 o'clock Eastern for our picks for Week 15. I can't believe we're already at Week 15. Have our picks for Week 15. Thursday afternoon, video will be out on my picks against the spread. So Wednesday night, we do picks straight up. Thursday, my video is picks against the spread for you degenerate gamblers out there. Friday, I don't know what we're going to do for college football. We got to figure that out. And then we have shorts throughout the week. We'll be live Saturday night probably, and obviously every Sunday after the weekend. So maybe we'll go live for Army Navy on Saturday. Do a little Army Navy. A little Army Navy love. Jags will win the South. They have the grit. Stay blessed. Have a good night. Bo Nix will throw a few INTs versus Green Bay. War damn, please put me out of my misery. Peace out. Go Blazers. Please turn that shit around. Gambling's bad, okay? And I'd say so. Appreciate everybody. Again, like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.